time, weather, and...
Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd. And I'm Todd. My brother messaged me today, and in that message it said Melanie passed away at the age of 76 on Tuesday, January 23rd. And it was like, Melanie who? I'm thinking, Melanie who? And then I'm going, does he mean Melanie Safka? I mean, that's the only Melanie that I would know where you wouldn't use her last name and know who you're talking about. So I was looking at my phone, looking at the message. I went, I gotta check this out. So I went to my search on my phone, typed in Melanie Safka, and sure enough, these news articles popped up that Melanie had passed away on Tuesday. It was like, how did I not know this? I mean, I'm on the computer all the time. Then it came to me that I was doing some searches the other day and some articles came up on Melanie, but I didn't click into them because I didn't think anything of them. I mean, last thing I thought of was that she had passed away. I just thought it was, she was maybe working on a new album or they were commemorating some of her music or something. Never thought twice that she may have passed away. So I was like, wow, another one of my rock icons from my generation is now gone. And with everyone that leaves this earth, a little piece of yourself goes with them because, it was part of your life. I mean, this was the early 70s for me. I remember her putting out Lay Down Candles in the Rain, that single. The first time I heard it on the radio, it was like, wow, that's fantastic. I bought the single and played it over and over. In fact, I've done a reaction to Lay Down Candles in the Rain on Driving with Todd. I bought the album. The album was really good. She put out one great single after another in the early 70s. Very, very unique talent. So I thought, I want to do a song by Melanie on Driving with Todd to say, goodbye, Melanie. You were really something else. So I thought, I want to do a song I haven't heard before. I've got a lot of Melanie albums, so, I got to say I've heard a lot of her music, but I haven't heard it all. I just haven't heard it all. So I started looking at her discography. And there's one album that she put out in 1972 called Garden in the City. And I have not heard that album. So, okay, what did she have on this album? Because that's where I'm going to pull a song from. Now, the album itself, like I said, came out in 1972. It was her last album for Buddha Records. She was leaving Buddha and creating her own label, but owed Buddha one more album. So what Buddha did without her knowledge was look at her outtakes from different studio sessions that she had recorded for her previous albums, pick tracks from those, and put them onto this album, almost like a compilation album. But she wasn't pleased with that. I mean, she wasn't even aware that that album was coming out, which, record companies do. They're there to make money, and she was a hot commodity at the time, so let's make some more money off of Melanie. But I took a look at the album, and it's got a pretty nice track listing. In fact, there's a song on here that I really want to hear because I have not heard it. The song is Jigsaw Puzzle. It is a cover of a song written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, and it's from the Rolling Stones album, Beggar's Banquet from 1968, which is a great album. That is like a turning point album for the Rolling Stones. They kind of did many different genres on that album. They were moving away from psychedelic music and getting more into grassroots and down home music. So I thought this would be fantastic because the neat thing about Melanie is when she does a cover version, it's nothing like the original version. She puts her own twist on it. Now, I've done a reaction to Melanie doing a cover of another Rolling Stones song called Ruby Tuesday. Go check that out because that is a phenomenal version of Ruby Tuesday. So here we go, commemorating Melanie with a song that was released on a 1972 album called Garden in the City, and it's a cover of a Rolling Stones song called Jigsaw Puzzle.
was a tramp sitting on my doorstep, trying to waste his time. He's eating a mentholated sandwich. He's a walking clothesline. Well, here comes the bishop's daughter. On the other side, well, she looks a trifle jealous. She's been an outcast all of her life. Oh, but me, I've been waiting so patiently, lying here on the floor. I'm just trying to do my little jigsaw puzzle before it rains anymore. Now the outlaw, he looks vicious with a luger in his hand. But when it comes to the wife and kiddies, he's a family man. And when it comes to the nitty-gritty, he can really sharp his knife. Well, he looks quite religious. He's been an outlaw all of his life. Oh, but me, I've been waiting so patiently, lying here on the floor. I'm just trying to do my little jigsaw puzzle before it rains anymore.
Wow, that is a very different version of Jigsaw Puzzle. I'm listening to the lyrics though. I mean, she kept the lyrics true to the song, but everything else is so different. And that's kind of what I like about Melanie's cover version of the songs. That's why I'm hoping they put out that album she was working on called Secondhand Smoke, as those cover versions are so original. She just takes the song, twists it up, and then makes it her own. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard the song Jigsaw Puzzle by the Rolling Stones, but it's a lot more rock and roll than this. And Mick Jagger is just like really hammering the song at the end, where Melanie has very limited amount of instrumentation at the beginning of this thing. She's got her acoustic guitar. There's some other kind of instrumentation in there, but it's very, very simplistic. And then she sings this, and she has such a unique voice. I mean, if you think about it, you could almost say she doesn't sing very well, but because of how she presents the music, you love her voice. She's got such a unique and different voice. And she doesn't really take this thing like, where we get into the refrain and then all of a sudden you take it up and you hit a couple of really high notes and then you come back into the verses and start singing again. She keeps this pretty much even all the way through the song, but it's still interesting because of how her voice sounds and how she uses her voice. Then they bring other instruments in here. There's a flute in there. I think there was an organ. I think that was an organ that was being played in there, or a harmonium. And So she was building up some of the instrumentation as the song was going along. But even at that, it was very simplistic in the instrumentation. I didn't stop the video because I just felt that, we're remembering Melanie and the great work she did in the rock and roll music business. And I thought, okay, we got to just let it play all the way through and let Melanie sing her song. And yeah, and I was kind of mesmerized anyways because, like I said, I had never heard this before, and I was really liking what I was hearing. The video was kind of cool. It's a fan made video. So I thought that was kind of cool with putting the Jigsaw Puzzle together and then some pictures of her in concert. Uh, just kind of cool. I mean, it hits me in a little different way. Now, I also she's done other covers of Rolling Stone songs as well. She's done a cover of the song Wild Horses as well. But I thought this is just very unique. Never heard this before. It's from an album I never heard before. Let's do it. Let's do it. And she, I think, did a great job in making this song her own. It's almost like the Stones version is almost like a um, protest song. It's a hard, in your face protest song, while Melanie's is kind of a laid back, not countrified, but more folk, maybe folk sounding version of the song. And like I said, she didn't put a lot of emphasis in her voice. She was just singing it all the way through the way she would normally sing a song. Just really cool. I thought this was really good. So I hope you thought it was really good too. And if you did, hit that like button. That'd be really neat. If you have anything to comment about on Melanie's version of Jigsaw Puzzle, or just Melanie and her life, and maybe how her life and her music affected you, put it in the comments below. That'd be really appreciated. I'm going to take a link to this video. Like I said, I thought it was a very nice fan-made video, and put it into my description below. So if you want to watch it again, watch it all the way through, just pick on it. You don't have me doing the introduction and the ending. You just get the video. If I'm also going to put a link to the channel that uploaded this video. Maybe there's some other really cool videos that you might want to check out. Just click on that link and their channel will open up. Now, have you subscribed to Driving with Todd? If you haven't, why don't you do it right now? That'd be really, really cool. Go below this video, hit the subscribe. If you go over here, ring the bell, you'll get updates to my latest videos. So, another great rock icon has now left this earth. Melanie, I really enjoyed your music. You're really a special person. You're like one of the first true flower children of the 60s and the early 70s. You were very, very special. You always put a smile on my face. I'm hoping that she had put a smile on your face as well. Rest in peace, Melanie, and peace out.